So now, because in the previous video I could not speak about the ego at all, I'm going to very basically explain, because most people assume when we are referring to ego in the metaphysics or in the ascension or during the twin flame, when you are hearing about it and they say, oh, you're in your ego space or you are reacting from your ego, people get confused because they associate ego with maybe arrogance or pride. That's not what we are talking about, okay? When we are talking about ego from the 3D space, we are talking about anywhere, any space where you are acting out of the I, not the I am presence which we are working towards. In Hindi, we are not referring to the Aham Brahmasmi. We are talking about the May. Now, the May is not just Ahankar. Okay, so what exactly do we mean by that you are in your ego space? Okay, is when you think you are in charge of anything. Okay, just because we have the illusion of choice. I'll give you the example. I'm a mother. When my son was very small, I would ask him, do you want orange juice or apple juice? Which made sure he would definitely get one of the juice at least. Okay, so that's pretty much what the universe offers us. And we seem to think that things are in our control, where you think you are the doer. All you are is pretty much the conduit, the pipe through which things are happening. Okay, when are you in your ego? Okay, it would be easier to say when are you not in your ego. But in relationship dramas, if you are dependent for anything, acceptance, approval, applause, appreciation, apology, anything, it's your ego. If you think, I don't deserve it, I'm not worthy of that, poor me, I do so much for people, nobody does anything for me, you're in your ego. People might say, oh, but I am self depreciating, right? How can that be ego? It is, if this is the scale, you're just on the negative end, but it's still the same scale that you're walking. Here comes the sense of entitlement, which is in a roundabout way, I don't deserve it, you know, you want it because others have it, or you think you don't need to do anything to earn it, right? And you have that sense of entitlement, but then when you have that, you find that you never get it. You know why? Because that's where your inside, your subconscious, that feels, who knows that you actually truly feel you don't deserve it, gets active, and that's where self sabotage comes in. Okay, which is why you say I'm manifesting but I'm not getting certain things into my life, because people seem to think, if I think from here, I'm saying the affirmation, I want to be rich, then why is it not coming to me? What about your subconscious mind? What about from inside? What do you believe about yourself? If you are constantly feeling lack, when you are not open to giving, when you are always feeling that I want to grab, and you know, or that you don't deserve any of it, what do you think you will actually get? What you believe from inside, that is what you will draw into your life, right? That is why your manifestations don't work. Another thing I'll quickly point out is, when you're watching these videos, when you're reading some stuff, or when you're going to a therapist, when you even attend some of my lectures or other teachers lectures, right, you seem most people seem to think that because I've understood it from here, my work is done. It's barely begun. Okay, till you are not truly implementing it every day in your life, it's nowhere near begun. Your work is nowhere near begun. Your subconscious is what runs your autopilot, auto programs. You are training your mind consciously to change or bypass those programs or those ready made roadways, right? Those neuro pathways. But your reality is controlled by your soul, by your subconscious, by your heart, your feelings, what you truly believe. Your mind is one of the last things. The only reason why you wish to try and understand is to maintain the illusion. Things will happen regardless whether you understand or don't understand the mechanics or the workings of. It will just take much longer. That's the only difference why we try to study or understand what the hell is actually going on. Okay, but that's again actually placating the ego by saying, I don't have control over the situation, but let me try and understand it. Okay, so that's what. Am I back? Am I back? I'm not sure if I'm streaming or not, but I'll continue. So there, our ego is what makes certain dramas happen in our relationships, the roles that we play of the martyr or the victim, where somebody else is the reason behind your misery, your plight, or you are the martyr where you're doing so much for everyone, but no one is appreciating it. I'm not really sure if I'm live or not. Um, I think I'll just restart.